Are you in the market for something that's practical, fun to drive, has been around for a few decades, looks cool, and has a really big cult following? I think I got something to show you, and we're gonna have some fun with this one. This is the Volkswagen Golf. Being around for nearly 50 years and going through 8 generations, this hot hatch has won over the hearts of car enthusiasts and lovers of practicality alike. The Golf Mark 8 range only consists of 2 models, the volume-selling GTI and Volkswagen's performance flagship Golf R. For 2025, both models get updates inside and out, but the Golf R gets more power, which we'll get to later. For now, let's check out the GTI's new front fascia with redesigned headlights, new grille, and the red character line that runs across the front, but you can't really see it on my tester because my tester is red too. The Golf has always had some pretty cool styling characteristics, but the icing on the cake, especially for me, is practicality. And you access the rear cargo hold by pressing in the VW button. It turns into a handle, and you can lift it right up. Now, under the floor is a spare tire, and on some trims, it comes with a subwoofer. And this cargo cover, you can take right off, and then you can store it inside. I don't know how much weight this can hold, so just make sure you be careful. And back here you have a couple of hooks for some bags. You also have a 12-volt outlet, and you can fold the seats down right here on the shoulder of the rear seats. And there you go. You got some space in your hot hatch for all of your fun stuff. And when you want to close it, you don't have to put your hand on the paint. You can just grab the handles right here and then boom, easy peasy. Inside the GTI, there's updated decor in a carbon gray color. And while my tester has these Club Sport Art Velour microfiber seats, other trims can be had with a plaid design or even optional leather. Seating in the Golf GTI is not that bad. I'm 6'4", I got some good headroom, some good leg room, and these seats can go pretty far back on their tracks. You can electronically control the recline, but you have to manually do the slide. And the steering wheel is tilt and telescoping, which is nice. And you could get in a nice comfy driving position with some good support from these side bolsters. There is a fair amount of plastic on the sides and on the door panel, but who cares? At least you'll be comfortable while you're driving this thing. However, if you're tall sitting behind a tall person, it's a little different. That's because, check this out. This is still set for my ideal driving position. Yeah, there's no space, so I'm not even gonna try. And middle seat occupants, they gotta deal with this hump in the middle of the floor. But if nobody's occupying the middle seat, at least you got squishy armrests and a couple cup holders with a really small cup holder in the middle right here. So I'm gonna crawl over and sit behind someone of average height. And I got a good, comfortable situation back here. The bolstering is a little tight. It's for me, just because I'm a little bit bigger, but at least I still got some good headroom, some good leg room, and my feet fit halfway under the seat because something's blocking it. And on the back of these front seats, there are pockets for your phone or small items, and you get a pocket down here. These seats don't recline, but it's still comfortable. Up front, there's a digital gauge cluster dubbed the Digital Cockpit Pro and a new standard 12.9-inch display with voice control, navigation, and wireless phone connectivity. And if you're in need of some juice for your cell, there's a standard ventilated 15-watt wireless phone charger. Ooh, Volkswagen, we gotta have a talk. But you know what? I'll start with the good. Number one, I like the layout of this interior. I like the trim pieces on the dash, and it looks good. Number two, I really like the deployable cup holder right here because when you have a bottle in place, you have a little spring action that keeps it from moving. And when you don't need it, you can just fold it back and put larger items in here. And for three, I like the screen sizes. I like how bright they are. I like what they do. I like how they look. But that leads me to the negatives, and I'll start up top. Number one, I wish this was a solid shade up here because it lets in a little bit of light. Number two, a lot of gloss black in the center console. This is gonna get a lot of smudges, scratches, everything in between. Not cool. I don't like the gloss black right here. And number three, woo, the infotainment system. It's very cumbersome. It looks like a lot of information coming at the person. You do have a shortcuts key that gets you where it needs to go, but it just looks very cluttered. You do have haptic feedback buttons for your climate control and drive modes, but everything is embedded in here and there's no volume knob anywhere besides this illuminated slider. Good job on illuminating it, and also on the steering wheel, but man, it looks like a lot of stuff. Stop beeping at me. I'm talking about you. And I would like to add, there are physical buttons on the steering wheel on the GTI trim. Good job. But there aren't physical buttons on that Golf R trim. Yeah, look at this. This is the Golf R. Oh, it still has the haptic feedback buttons. Oh, it's a lot of give and take. I just want to be happy. But these paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel make me happy. All right, a little compromise. A lot of emotion. Powering the Golf GTI is a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine with 241 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque, and runs on a diet of regular gasoline. Sadly, the manual transmission is now gone, and this is only offered with a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission that exclusively powers the front wheels with an electronic limited-slip differential as standard kit to help put the power down. Now, I've selected the Golf GTI model just because I know this is going to be their volume seller, and I just want to see how it drives on the road. And right off the bat, this has plenty of power to play around with. The brakes on this GTI are a little bit squishy. I wish it gave me a little bit more feedback right on tip-in, because it takes a little bit more effort than I would want it to, especially if you're doing more spirited driving. But going in the corners in this GTI, it feels great. What makes the Golf model so fun is its balance, lightweight, and fuel economy, which is 27 miles per gallon in combined driving. Golf models ride on Volkswagen's MQB platform, and higher trimmed GTIs include adaptive damping for a more comfortable or sharper handling driving experience. The suspension on this GTI is doing a great job at providing a nice supple ride, and going into turns, minimal body roll. This thing feels like it's nice and planted. One thing I did notice though is the turning circle for this isn't as tight as I would like it to be, but so far this can be as sedate as you want it or as amped up as you want it. And even going into this little bend right here, yeah, this is pretty cool. And in this GTI, you do have drive modes. So right now I'm in comfort, or you can go to eco if you want to save a little bit of fuel, but sport mode is usually where it's at. And that definitely changes up the throttle mapping. It adds a little bit more weight on your steering. And yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna get in trouble out here. Oh yeah. The seats are doing a great job at providing some good lateral support, but I will admit the cabin is a little bit noisy. You can hear some road noise and some wind coming in, maybe because of the low profile tires, I don't know. But at least visibility is good, and I really appreciate these small slits on the A-pillar to give you a bit more, but over both of my shoulders it looks good, out front great, and even going out the back window you can see a lot of stuff, which is great, especially when you're really hammering on this thing and you're having some fun. All Golfs come with VW's IQ Drive suite of driver assist tech standard and includes features like blind spot monitor, lane keep assist, rear cross traffic alert, and adaptive cruise control. And if you need help pulling into a spot, Park Assist Plus is offered on the highest GTI Autobahn trim. All right, so I'm tired of driving this thing on the road. Let's go see how the Golf R handles on the track. Ooh. All right, now we get to the good stuff. Along with some exterior styling tweaks and that new 12.9-inch infotainment screen, the Golf R gets a bump in horsepower, and now its 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder makes 328 horsepower, which is up 13 more from the previous year, and 295 pound-feet of torque. This has also made it to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, no more manual transmission, and 4-motion all-wheel drive is standard, along with rear axle torque vectoring, which can distribute 100% of torque to one individual rear wheel. Also standard is an electronic differential lock, adaptive damping, and 7 drive modes to choose from, including a drift mode. All right, so if you are one of the fortunate people to get a Golf R, you won't be disappointed because taking this thing out on the track, this thing is great. I mean, that torque vectoring on the rear wheels really does get you to turn in so much better. And then hammering it down here, that's what I'm talking about. And then going over this crest, a little bit of braking, oh, the brakes feel so good. If the GTI had brakes like this, I would be a happy camper. But accelerating out of that corner, yeah, this thing is a rocket, pocket rocket. I'm loving this on the track. If you plan on driving the Golf R like a normal adult, it gets 25 miles per gallon combined, but it takes good old premium fuel. If you want to win some style points, the Golf R is now offered with a menacing new black edition trim which, as the name suggests, blacks out some interior bits, the wheels, and includes carbon fiber interior trim. Ooh. And a new Euro style package which shaves off weight by nearly 80 pounds, includes an Akrapovic titanium exhaust, and has diamond pattern fabric and microfiber trim seats. Hella style. Oh, and I'm loving the sound that's coming out of the back of this thing. It has the pops and the burbles when you're putting on the brakes, and then coming out, oh, the exhaust note, mwah. Oh yeah. All right, so cool. The Golf R is great on the track and the GTI is pretty cool on the road, but how much do these things cost? The new Golf GTI starts at $33,670, which includes destination for a base S trim, and can go all the way up to $42,105 for the top Autobahn trim. If more thrills are what you're after, the Golf R starts at just over $48,000, and if you'd like that Euro style package, that'll be an extra $3,800. If you're in the market for a cool little hot hatch like the Volkswagen Golf GTI or the Golf R, or maybe even a competitor, go on KBB.com and get a fair purchase price. KBB.com, click the link above where that bug was flying for more details. The VW Golf has its dedicated followers, but there is competition out there like the Mazda 3 hatchback turbo and the performance-oriented Honda Civic Type R and Toyota GR Corolla. But this rabbit stays in the race as an option for buyers looking for a vehicle with a cool factor that has no problem balancing a grocery run with some backroads fun. Ah, Volkswagen Golf, I wish you didn't get rid of your manual transmission. I wish you would get a volume knob. I wish your infotainment system wasn't so cluttered, but at least you look good, you sound good, you're comfortable, you're practical, and boy, oh boy, do you have a cult following. And if all that sounds good to you, check one out for yourself.